Hello and very warm welcome to everyone for joining us today. I'm Rajender, I'm CEO of Avatu, and I'll be your host for the session. Okay, and this is today's webinar, and we are very excited to talk about the future unified observability, performance, and security. Okay, at Avatu, we are dedicated to help organizations tackling today's challenges in terms of growing complexity of digital transformation and operations. We provide comprehensive services across industry-leading platforms and OEM ecosystems, including ServiceNow, Salesforce, BMC, Atlassian, and Ennetix. Our team of experts work very closely with clients, understanding their challenges, proactively kind of working with them, deliver customized solutions that align with their strategic goals. We serve clients across globe, more than 60 plus successful engagements, client partnership. We bring the global insights with local expertise to every engagement. Our focus is primarily on delivering clarity and control, whether through its digital transformation in area of, workflows, processings, cybersecurity, digital infrastructure, or performance monitoring. And the key part of this entire thing is primarily working with technology partners who share our values and vision. And that's why I'm very excited and particularly proud of our partnership with Ennetix. Okay, company at the forefront of AI-driven observability. Ennetix is redefining the observability space through AI-driven predictive analytics to proactively identify and resolve IT issues, IT performance and security issues primarily. Ennetix is helping organizations to unify performance and security visibility across networks, applications, endpoints, and infrastructure, delivering not just data, but insights and intelligence. Today's webinar will explore why this unified approach is essential for modern IT teams and how it can transform the way we manage risk, performance, and end user experience, which is very important. Okay, to lead us into this conversation, I'm especially pleased to welcome Dr. Bis, founder and president of Ennetix, and a distinguished professor of University of California, Davis, a pioneer in network technologies for nearly 4 decades. Professor Mukherjee. His contribution include foundation work in firewalls, intrusion detection systems, optical networking, and technologies that underpin today's 5G infrastructure. We are actually privileged to have him lead this discussion. We are excited about the insights and discussion that today's webinar will bring. Together with Ennetix, we look forward to explore how our combined expertise help you navigate these challenges, the complexities of IT operations, and unlock new opportunities for growth. With this, I'll hand it over to Dr. Viz, who will shed more light on today's topic and share Ennetix's vision for the future of observability. Dr. Viz, over to you.
Thank you, Rajender, for that generous introduction, and thank you for leading this webinar with me. And thanks to everybody who's joined from various parts of the world. To elaborate a little bit on Ennetix, Ennetix is a IT infrastructure, observability, and threat intelligence company. It's founded by University of California, Davis innovators, including myself and Dr. Prof Chaudhary, our Chief Technical Officer. And our leadership team includes seasoned professionals on cybersecurity research, IT operations, and product development. At Ennetix, we are dedicated to aiding our clients' digital transformation journey using advanced AIOps methods, as well as Gen AI more recently, and agentic AI in the pipeline. Ennetix is dramatically transforming IT operations management for its clients. Ennetix is backed by the United States federal government's Department of Energy and Department of Defense. Ennetix is headquartered in California with presence in India, Europe, and Japan. Xvisor, Ennetix's AIOps platform, has been designed and built foundationally to address the most challenging aspects of IT operations management by creating bridges among various monitoring and observability solutions from application and network performance monitoring vendors, security solutions, and threat intelligence companies. The platform offers native observability with most types of infrastructure data sources powered by pioneering innovations based on AI, ML approaches. Our clients have successfully used and benefited from our solutions during their digital transformation journey. With that, let us move on to the topic of our webinar, the future of unified observability for IT performance and security analytics. Next slide, please.
Just a quick one, Bis, before we dive in. Just for everyone to know, I mean, today's webinar will last approximately 45 minutes. We'll have a Q&A session at the end, so feel free to drop your question in the chat. Okay, and in the QA box as we go. This is being recorded and we'll send out the link afterward in case you like to revisit and share it with others.
Okay, and also in between, we'll have some polling questions, right, through after a few slides and so on.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so appreciate your participation. Okay, Rajender, as we all know, our networks and IT infrastructures are getting more and more complex by the day, right? We have people who are sometimes working from home, sometimes at the office, sometimes at the coffee shop, and the various applications that they're working on, they could be housed on premises in data centers within the campus, or they could be in the cloud, in private cloud or public cloud or hybrid cloud and mixed cloud and multi-cloud. And we also have these software as a service application. And then we have to cater to third-party access. We also have many of our network functions all over the place, DNS, radius server, etc. So the main point is that we have such a dynamic and distributed and chaotic environment. And when it comes to, let's take an example, an enterprise with, let's say, 50,000 users, and one of the mission critical applications is, let's say, Office 365. At 8 a.m. in the morning, out of the 50,000 users, maybe only 10,000 of them are active. So just a few VMs in a few servers in one data center might be sufficient to take care of this workload. But as the day progresses, midday, maybe we have 20,000 users now, from just 1,000 at 8 a.m. So a lot more VMs and a lot more servers in multiple data centers perhaps have now to be deployed to take care of this workload. So the endpoints are very, very dynamic and distributed, and our monitoring and analytics solutions have to take care or cater to all of this, highly dynamic and distributed environment. And this is where our solutions should be looking at, the future observability solutions should be looking at creating determinism. So we use the term deterministic digital operations out of this chaotic environment. Okay, next slide, please. So while we spoke about the users and applications being dynamic, what solutions do we have out there that can help us monitor and analyze and manage this chaotic environment? So a large enterprise might have, anywhere between 11 and 15 tools, which are pretty ancient and dated and arcane. And sometimes we hear even like 20 tools. So there's a plethora of tools that exist out there, and they are like alphabet soup. There's the APM tools, the NPM tools, the DEM tools for digital experience monitoring. And then on the security side, also we have the EDR, NDR, et cetera, all kinds of tools. And let us look at the performance, infrastructure performance side of things. So an organization may have a APM tool, an application performance monitoring tool, but this provides only a siloed view of the application infrastructure. It is network agnostic. Similarly, a network performance monitoring tool that an organization might have, again, gives only a slice of the view of the IT infrastructure, namely only the network. And these are application agnostic. So the network performance monitoring tool might tell us, which link has how much delay, outer interface is having how much packet loss. But, for some applications, like our current Teams-based webinar, we can tolerate packet loss, right? But not delay. And on the flip side, there are other applications that can tolerate delay, but not packet loss. And if an organization has an APM tool and an NPM tool, they think that they're covered. But that's not really the case, because when somebody is trying to access an application, there are other things that are happening in the background, namely these various network functions that they have to access. And that is what we refer to as service dependencies, which you see in the blue on the left-hand side, next to the application and transport. Okay. So, and I want to elaborate this scenario using an example. About a year back, Rajender, if you might remember, WhatsApp and Facebook and Instagram were down for a large group of users, and it was global news. And it's not that the application servers were having any issues. It's not that network paths were having any issues. It's that there was some dependency, particularly DNS, which is a easy one to sort of break and breaks frequently. And there was a DNS problem. Some DNS got hacked and so on. And so those who depended on those DNS servers were not able to get through to the application, and they were seeing what I call the circle of death on their screen and thinking that the application is down. So it is therefore very important. I'm sort of getting to the future, which I'll will elaborate in a moment, but it is very important to have a view across all of these tools. Having a siloed view through many tools is not good. So just like we talked about the IT performance side, on the security side also, we have these various tools that are some of which are application centric, the XDR tools, some of which are network centric, the NDR tools. And then we also have a lot of information from various threat databases, like those published by CISA and FBI and so on. So for the future, we expect that all of these things should be brought under a unified umbrella, under this holistic or unified observability. And the data that people rely on for IT performance and security, and IT performance as well as security, they are pretty common sources of data, almost a similar source of data. So you need to look at your network sensor traffic, your endpoint traffic, and so on. I also want to emphasize that infrastructure performance and security are very, very intertwined. In this Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram example that I just mentioned, it was actually a security problem because some DNS was hacked, but it manifested as a performance problem. And only when somebody started saying, hey, I can't access my application, people were able to look in and see that it was actually a security problem. So therefore, tools that can look at performance and security in an integrated manner it's very, very important. Another point I want to make is these NPM and NDR tools, these traditional network performance-based tools, they're sort of, on the way out. Because today what we need is more network observability. In the sense, traditionally, the notion of a traditional campus is not there anymore. So the traditional NPM tools will get data from all parts of the typical campus, the routers and NetFlow and so on. And they can tell us what's going on inside the campus network. But for every organization, their employees and clients' traffic is leaving their network premises and going all over the internet to all parts of the world, to various data centers and so on. So now, if there's a problem happening on your internet paths that are not part of your infrastructure, how do you find that out? And I want to share a personal example. When we are having the pandemic and we're working from home, a lot of my colleagues are complaining, Base, we can't hear you, your screen froze, etc. And using some of the packet train technology, network observability tools that we have ourselves developed, which we deployed in my home, we could pinpoint, where exactly on the internet, outside of, my specific ISP's domain, the problem was occurring. And this is actually very, very useful because all ISPs can benefit from this. All the BFSI sector, can benefit from this. If you and I are playing a multiplayer game or trading stock on stock exchange, and you are having some bad performance because of some network path being heavily loaded, then I get an unfair advantage. So it's very important for the ISPs, the network operators, as well as the over-the-top players to understand about network observability. Okay, let's go to the next question. We'll take a pause and we have a polling question. Next slide, please.
Yes, sir. Just trigger the polling question, sir, and then come to the slide.
Okay, so the question is, what are your or your customers' goals on tool consolidation? And you have various choices already underway, 3 to 6 months, 6 to 12 months, no plan. So please select one and submit. And Rajender, do you hear this kind of question?
So very interesting responses we see. Okay, whatever discussions we are having with all our customers, normally either this is underway or it's a kind of primary concern in terms of consolidation. They want to do a consolidation because it's a big sprawl, too many teams, different technologies, and having it kind of skill set of so many tools is a big challenge for everyone. The challenge primarily in terms of consolidation is, do we have something which can replace either most or all of these tools? Okay, so customers are looking for opportunities or scenarios wherein, say, one tool can replace multiple such tools. That's what our experience is so far. And then internally also, we use many tools as such. And that's why we have, we have started a journey in terms of consolidation, and we are also internally using Ennetix, as you are aware of the fact. Okay, so we are on the same journey.
Yeah. Very good, very good. Okay, I think the polling is done, right, Prabhakar? So we can
we can
move
go to
on
the next.
Okay. So all right, Rajender. So let's move on, and we will review, the current situation with tools. As you mentioned, so there are many tools, and these are pretty dated. Each of them provides a siloed view of the infrastructure. They have inefficient methods for diagnosing problems, and the time to detect problems and resolve problems, becomes very, very high, because each of these silo tools, takes its time and misses many has many visibility gaps and so on. And when you have many tools, okay, that also increases the cost for the enterprise. The cost of acquiring the tool, for data retention, for deployment and maintenance, and so on. So while we have these data methods, next slide, please. And also, today's tools are reactive, in the sense that we'd really like for them to be proactive. If they see that things are going south, they should be able to help us realize that things are going south. The problem should be addressed before things get totally disrupted. As a result, we lose a lot of time, we lose revenue, we lose customer trust. And go to the next slide, please. And the third part of this issue is this limited visibility, because each tool provides us a siloed view of the infrastructure. What we really want is holistic visibility, or unified visibility, which is the topic of our webinar here, because that is what can enable us to have full view of the infrastructure. And as we just talked about, we can consolidate a lot of these tools. This silo triage is not good. Even within the IT performance side, we have further silos. Within the security side, we have further silos. What we need to do is break down these silos and have a more unified observability platform for IT performance and security. Because otherwise we have this, delayed root cause analysis, takes too much data, too many alerts, and so on. So for each of these tools that we have, okay, client will have a front end, a back end, an expert or experts who knows how to operate those tools. And then the outputs of those tools have to be somehow put together. So it is a lot of cost, a lot of people, a lot of resources that are needed. Let's go to the next slide.
It's a poll question.
So another polling question. Okay, so let us go through this polling question again. Okay, so the question is, what's the single biggest challenge today? And your choices are uncontrollable hikes in cost, high MTTX, which is time to acknowledge the problem, resolve the problem, fix the problem, and recover, personal burnout and attrition, and need to get ahead from reactive to proactive. So please select one of these choices and submit. And Rajender, you want to amplify your thoughts on this question as well?
No, the responses echoes what actually the challenges are, and then you did mention in the last slide as well, right, from reactive to proactive. So and once you become proactive, it helps you in sorting out multiple issues in terms of your revenue loss, in terms of customer satisfaction, client retention, improvement in your services, and brings a lot of challenge in team, a lot of improvements in team culture as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so very well aligned with what actually people are, the challenges they are facing and the solution they are looking towards.
Great. I think the poll has been done, so we can move on to the next slide. Okay, so this is what we expect in the future, or rather, the future is now. That technology is now mature for achieving unified observability. This is no longer rocket science. Research and innovation is mature for AI and ML and Gen AI and agentic AI. If all the data is in one place, best of breed holds no value anymore, as the key capabilities are all table stakes. So as future, we demand and expect change. As we we're just discussing, Rajender, one tool, one price, one screen that can provide a single unified full stack view of the entire infrastructure for not only IT performance, but also efficiency and security and so on. And this is how we can continuously enhance our system efficiency and security. As this diagram shows, in the future is now in the middle. So we need not only observability, but also synthesis and remediation. That's the inner circle. And in the outer circle, you see that these capabilities, observability, synthesis, remediation, can help NetOps, network operations people, which is the bottom of the outer circle, Cloud Ops, by that we mean the application owners, and SecOps, by that we mean the security operations people. So all of these people can work together more closely when they have a unified dashboard or their own specific dashboard on the same pane of glass, because that is what provides them with the holistic observability of the entire IT infrastructure. Traditionally, what happens when there's a problem, typically the network people are called in and say, hey, what's going on? Take a look. They use their tools, they say, it's not our problem. Then they tell the application people, hey, you take over. And then it goes to the security. So it takes a long time to triage. But with the future of this unified observability, all the time to detect and respond and repair problems, should be much faster. This kind of unified observability also gives us unprecedented situational awareness. Situational awareness is a very popular term, important term in the military. If you're a soldier in the field or any device in the field for that matter, battlefield, you should know what's going on, not only in front, but also in the back, on your left, on your right, above you, because there may be drones, below you, because there may be landmines, okay? So our solutions should have, full situational awareness, and they should provide and deliver unmatched security and threat intelligence. Obviously, they should employ advanced AI, ML algorithms and analytics and exploit more Gen AI or agentic AI and explainable AI as they are emerging. As I mentioned earlier, the environment, the IT and network environment is getting more and more chaotic. And from this chaotic environment, we have to create determinism. And therefore, our future observability should facilitate deterministic digital operations. And we should be able to uncover application performance issues from a client perspective, because for the same applications, in that Facebook example that I mentioned, right? Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, some group of users were having issues. It's not that every user was having issues. So our APM tools will not be able to tell us if it is an application problem, but different clients, based on what kind of dependencies they have, will have, had different issues. So this observability should be automated, not only using traditional AI ML methods, which have gotten pretty mature, but also Gen AI, which is emerging, and then agentic AI, which is, pretty close. And we'll have more and more of agentic AI, okay? So that's the future of unified observability, in our opinion. And let us go to the next slide, and we have another polling question. So this question is, does your organization see value in consolidating NetOps, SecOps, and DevOps? I call it Cloud Ops for application performance related issues. And your choices are already underway, 3 to 6 months, 6 to 12 months, no plans. So please select a choice and submit your response. So Rajender, again, while people are responding, your thoughts on what you observe, from
right, Bis. So what we see, okay, NetOps and SecOps is something wherein there is still some time. People have they're starting the journey to consolidate these. DevOps and SecOps is something wherein we see a lot of traction, and because of AI and other practices. So we see a lot of progress or a lot of action happening in consolidation on DevOps and SecOps. I think it's a matter of time now, and what I feel is like in next 6 to 12 months, people will start realizing, okay, the necessity of merging all of these, and then accordingly, kind of we'll see. Okay, now the Ennetix, the platform is there. I mean, as you mentioned, future is here itself now. Future is now, and technology is mature and ripe enough for everyone to take advantage of this and start utilizing it. So we see action happening in next either 3 to 6 months or 6 to 12. There are a few customers who have started doing it, but I see a lot more action in 6 to 12 months happening in consolidation of these three areas.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Rajender. I think we're done with our polling question number 3, and we can take questions. And sometimes people are a little shy in asking questions, so Rajender, you want to start with it? Oh, okay. Yeah, here are the speaker information about myself and Rajender. And while we have this slide on the screen, Rajender, you want to ask a question first?
Yeah. So just a point to everyone, please feel free to put your question in the chat, and we'll be more than happy to answer whatever we can. Otherwise, we'll get back to you later if we cannot answer in the session itself. So meanwhile, when people are asking questions, just to kind of kick these things off, okay, can you tell us about, a kind of interesting story wherein Ennetix did help a customer in kind of resolving some of these issues. And I'll add a bit more context as well, right? So most of the customers are either already on hybrid or they are in the process of moving to cloud. And in any hybrid or multi-cloud setup, as we have, most of the customers are multi-cloud setups. So they struggle to pinpoint why applications slow down, especially when the issues is not very obvious. And how do we help? How does Ennetix help or can help to their IT teams to identify and resolve the scenarios? You did mention something in terms of your experience, personal experience during COVID times. But if you can add more details there.
Yes. So, we are preaching unified observability, right?
Right.
So we practice unified observability. We practice what we preach, And having this unified observability is very, very important because there have been scenarios, as I said, some network functions are very easy to break. So there was this client which had a mission critical application, and some group of users were not able to get through to the mission critical application. They're seeing what I call the circle of death on their screen, but other people are able to get through just fine. They're not having any issues. And then it turned out that those who are coming in on, from outside, using their cellular network or whatever to access, they were going to some DNS servers that were not responding, that were hacked, and hence they were not able to get through. So having this holistic view, therefore, is very, very important because, it is again a security issue that turned out to be a IT performance issue. So that's one thing. So in this case, it was application not being accessible. Application can be slow, as I mentioned in my personal example as well, because through the network observability capability that we have developed, where using instrumentation only at the client side and nowhere else, we are able to figure out or create Google Map-like view of the various internet paths over which the client's traffic is flowing. And hence, for every domain that their traffic goes through, every hop that their traffic goes through, we can figure out what the performance issues are. And sometimes we find that, each hop, on the internet should be like a millisecond or a couple of milliseconds or sub-millisecond. And suddenly in my case, I saw, hey, there's this 31 millisecond hop, which led to end-to-end delay of like 400 milliseconds, So we can help other people also, pinpoint such issues when they're having such issues.
Great. Thanks for sharing the insights, Bis. If any other questions? Do we have any questions? No questions. I think there are a few in the chat, but meanwhile, I'll okay. So there is another thing that normally people ask. Okay, and in fact, what I want to tell people as well, like, okay, Ennetix is very in quick time to value. Once we start adopting, it's very easy and very low maintenance platform, and we get quick time to value. But there is one thing that normally everyone asks for. Okay, there are so many other platforms and tools in the market. What makes Ennetix unique? Okay, uniquely positioned to solve these challenges, complex challenges, cross-domain challenges. Okay, so if you want to give some insights on the same as well.
Yes, sure. Very good question, Rajender. So if you recall, we used an illustration earlier, where we said, that there are multiple disjointed tools out there, right? We showed the typical application protocol stack, application layer, network layer, transport layer, network layer, and the layers below as well. So having all of these tools, each providing a siloed view, is not good. Because that is what takes a lot of time to triage problems, costs a lot, and that is where the consolidation is so very important. So I talked about these dependencies, right? That when I'm accessing an application, there may be dependency on DNS, Active Directory, multi-factor authentication, Kerberos, etc. How to detect those dependencies in real time. And so we do that. That is something we are very good at, using an AI technique called causal dependency detection. And that is what enables us to create this full visibility of the entire infrastructure. I also mentioned about when there are problems on the network paths that are outside of the domain and you don't have instrumentation there, but using only instrumentation on the client side, we can run packet trains, which are synthetic technologies, that is synthetic packets that our packet train technology uses. And from that, we can figure out, where exactly is the problem. So it is very important, therefore, to have this sort of unified global perspective of the entire infrastructure for network observability, IT performance observability, security observability, all together in a unified manner.
Thanks, Dr. Bis. I think we have only a couple of minutes left. If there is anyone who wants to ask a question, please feel free. Okay, there is one I see. Okay, can we get access to demo environment of this platform?
Yes. Just reach out to us and we will do that. In fact, we have endpoint observability solution as well, which we call Extend, and it is available to anybody for free. So there are three versions, for three different operating systems. One for the Mac, so Mac Extend is available from the Mac App Store. It will be a personal edition, not the enterprise edition, but feel free to download it if you have any questions to ask. We also have the Windows version from Azure Marketplace and Linux version as well. So we are, and then these are all free for your personal use. Okay. If you want your enterprise to test these capabilities, including the network traffic or network sensor based observability that we have, please do reach out to us and we can work with you. If you are based in India, please reach out to Rajender and his company Avatu, because they are partners in India and they can also help you in this regard.
Thanks for highlighting this, and we'll be more than happy to work with you or anyone who wants to kind of understand more and kind of either transition to Ennetix and see what kind of value we can bring. I think with this, we are almost there at the end. And I think we can, if there are no more questions, we can conclude.
Okay. Thank you, Rajender.
Thank you, Bis.
It was very nice to have this conversation.
That was very insightful, incredibly insightful, to be very honest. And now you did mention and highlight and show us how a unified observability approach can not just bring technical value or technical wins, but business value as well. So thank you very much for these insights and examples.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for joining. Okay, we'll have many such sessions in future. Please keep and we'll keep you posted on the same. Thank you and have a nice week ahead.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining.